Good day, everyone. My name is Angie Mead King, and we are doing a podcast. It's actually our first podcast here in the Philippines, and I have my first very guest, Mr. Jake Cuenca.
Hey guys.
We're here to talk about everything and anything, talking about obviously life, cars, farming, health, business, finances,
As we say.
sports, basically everything under the sun.
Yeah.
And for some reason, a few weeks ago, we started building your Hilux,
Yeah.
and that's what made us even realize more that we had so much in common,
Exactly. Yeah.
even the way we think. And
Yeah.
I wanted to welcome you. Thank you, first of all, thank you for agreeing to do this podcast.
My pleasure. Like I said, like this past few weeks have been so much fun. Like the whole process of building it. But it's the conversations that we realize that we're like, wow, we have such a good conversation inside these blogs. So this makes all the sense in the world. That if we sit down, stay still, and talk about everything.
I actually now wrote questions because, yes, I was free flowing, but I also had things that I had small research on. But now we actually have the time to go through it. But if you guys haven't seen the build video for Jake's Hilux, we have three other videos for it, and then we're gonna have a fourth one to go off roading.
Yeah.
But for today, it's a different format. We're gonna try to keep it short. And I do have questions from online though, but I don't know where to begin. Like we talk about so many things from health to our physicality to even
Philosophy.
the way
Yeah.
we think, how we view life and stuff. And we got down to really heavy conversations.
Yeah. It got deep. It got deep.
So
Yeah.
so do you want me to start on some questions that I wrote for you?
Okay.
Okay. So I think first off, before anything else, maybe introduce yourself to the viewers. If the people who don't know you, I mean,
Oh,
if you're watching from the Philippines, I'm sure they know you, but
yeah.
because I do have audience also from overseas.
Yeah. I'm
So
part of that audience, actually, guys. I watch those vlogs. Hi, guys. My name is Jake Cuenca. I'm actually an actor here in the Philippines for about 23 years now. I'm 37 years old. I am a car enthusiast, a motorcycle enthusiast, but mainly I am an actor, and that's all I've been doing for a very, very long time.
but you're also, on the side an avid runner.
Yeah.
You used to compete
Well,
also.
that's what I would say that's amazing. The most amazing part of like being an actor is that you try so many new things and then it pushes you outside your comfort zone. Like a lot of these things that I got into were mainly things I learned through the process of like creating characters. Like triathlon, I discovered it because they offered me a role that was so far from my lifestyle, but it pushed me to change my lifestyle because I respect the craft so much. And at the same time, that the stakes are so high for me when it comes to acting that I always go all in,
I
like
want to
full
know
dedication.
what was that role that pushed you to actually start running?
That was that one. It was actually a soap opera with Kim Chu and Gerald Anderson. It was called Ikaw Lang Ang Iibigin. So the whole backdrop of the show, well, it was your typical soap opera. It's a love story, love triangle, but the backdrop of it is triathlon.
Okay, okay. So your character was
Yeah,
an
I didn't
athlete.
that at that time when they offered me this role, I had like a bullseye on my back because I was not a triathlete. Like
Whoa.
very far from it. I was living a completely different lifestyle. People knew that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, they did cast me for that role for my acting ability. But I told myself because I knew that it was a big responsibility. Knew a lot of other actors were triathletes, so I made a deal with myself that I said I'm going to do this for real, change my life. And by the end of the show, I'm gonna win a triathlon, and it did. First place.
In Bolu. It's stuck. It's stuck through
Yeah,
obviously till today, right? So that's amazing. It's kind of unfair how you have the chance to explore life and get paid at the process of learning new skills, new traits, new
yeah.
characters.
I really consider it such a blessing. Like I say, like obviously, like show business. I mean, with what people see, it's all like the glitz and glamour of everything. But of course, there's highs and lows. There's years where you do so well. There's years where you don't do so well. But for me, what always keeps me like enthusiastic about like my career is really the craft. Because of that, for that main reason of like, I love stepping into another person's shoes and then trying new things out. I love the feeling where I can go to a set and I can completely suck in this role, and then in the next one make it up and be good. Or, chances are, but the thing is that in my journey because of theater, I started, learning how to be an actor 24/7, where I know what to do every single day in order to achieve excellence, or I know what to do every day to cultivate this character to make it come to life on the day.
Okay, but we should backtrack because so in the beginning you said you've been doing this for 20 plus years already, but let's backtrack a little because in the day and age where everything is instant, people want, I want this job, but I want to be on top already.
Yeah.
So, what was the hardships that you actually encountered where you almost didn't pursue this career?
Wow, so many. It was from the very, very start. Like I had to like I wanted it so bad from the beginning because I was already modeling.
Yeah.
And so every time I was, since I was about 6 years old, I was always low key a fan of show business. I'd watch movies. I had my idols like Kuya Albert and Christopher De Leon, Agamula, Mesa. I was watching it on the side, although in my school it wasn't cool. Like
Yeah.
it was like I was keeping it to myself. So by the time I had my opportunity at 14, I had to really, really beg my parents because they didn't want me to do it. My dad absolutely said no. So there's no way you're gonna do that.
But the one does against it. But how
Very much.
did you convince him to give it a shot?
I had to beg. I had to beg. I had to because my parents were leaving for Spain already. My brother at that time, he was my brother Rufo.
Was in America.
He was in America, so I was basically at 14 years old begging my parents to leave me in the Philippines by myself to start a showbiz
At
career.
13.
14 years old.
Jesus.
But that's your window. It's like if you don't take it, opportunity might not come back again, especially in this industry.
Okay, so obviously he left you
Yeah.
and you got a chance, but was that it? Like that first chance,
We're
like,
oh,
okay, this is set. This is what I'm doing.
oh my gosh. I thought I wish it were that easy. At that time. I was like, okay, they allowed me. I'm here. I get to work, and then I'm absolutely bad at this thing. Like it's so different from commercials. Like they're asking so much more of me. And so I felt like I bit too much more than I could chew. And then at the same time, I am not I'm my first impression or like especially at that time when I was younger, even more so when I was younger, it was very intimidating. Like, my first impression is like mayabang or he's intimidating.
Yeah.
So to be in a youth oriented show with that type of personality, it wasn't working out. Like for the first 5 years of my career, it was really, really like a struggle. I had to
Okay, 5 years is it's a
yeah,
struggle.
like very, very like it's almost like little bit of good and then 10 steps back. Like I'd get finally this is my break. And then after the show it was a failure. And then so you go 10 steps back again.
What for you was the worst acting job that you've done that we can actually pull footage
God.
and show the viewers?
I don't know if don't know. But to be honest with you, with all my acting stuff, even in the earlier parts, that was the best I could have done in that moment in my life.
Yes, yeah.
So like even when I look back on like other scenes or projects, I've done a lot of embarrassing things in TV. Like things that, when you're young, you can't say no. You just have, they're gonna make you dance, just do it. But sing. I don't know how to sing, but you gotta like figure it out. More stuff like that. But like in the world of like acting, I've always been proud of every role I've done.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So within the 5 years, what was the glimmer of hope that you'd be like, this is it. I'm more inspired to pursue this.
Yeah. There were moments there, like the 5 year struggle when I was still in another network at that time. Um I didn't like it was 5 years of struggling, but there were like it was happy. Like I would have like breaks here and there, but certainly there wasn't anything that was pushing through. Like I would do something and then I'd go 10 steps back. But when I was thinking about it, all paid dividends when the break came. Like all that was like a repetition. Like it was already like you failing at that point. So by the time your break came, you knew know what to do with it.
Yeah.
Kinda.
So almost saying like it's the accumulation of experiences.
I'm actually very grateful for that 5 year struggle because that was all the learning I had to do. Like I had to get hungry, I had to be more realistic of how I've seen the industry, know where I really was. And then at the same time, like all those smaller roles that I did in the past, they all taught me so many things. I had more camera time. So by the time I got to my big break, I wasn't afraid of the camera anymore. I was more like embracing it.
Did
Yeah.
you have a mentor? Because, a lot of
Yes.
a lot of learnings I had when I was growing up, I had a mentor to
Yeah.
actually coach me, teach me.
So blessed with that. Because in in when I was struggling the first 5 years, I was like a sponge. I wanted to learn from everyone. I was always asking questions from the senior actors, always like asking what their, opinions were when it comes to making scenes, always talking about acting more than show business. So it was more about the craft. So I was really blessed because Sherry Hill was a major mentor for me. Like, I remember we played mom and son so many different times in different roles. I think
Wow.
it's also kind of shaped me in being the bad guy that I am today. Because I had my mom was the contra diva, like she was the best.
Sherry Hill, her famous line, right? You're no good, but it's like,
Such a great try hard copycat. But I remember
that's her.
we did the show before, and we won awards for the show. We were the bad. She was the bad mom as the bad son, but it's an award winning year. And then, usually, like, in a moment like that, you can kind of like, oh, very relax, sit back, because, I accomplished something. She told me, don't relax.
Yeah.
The next thing you do after this thing is you go to Lee Strasberg in New York and you double down on yourself, learn. Because by the time you absorb everything you got there, you're gonna be, one of the best when you get back.
Interesting.
Because now you're gonna go there and your ego is gonna get squashed. Because you're gonna realize everyone's good in the school. No one sucks here. Like, so that was the, Cherry had, rest in peace, but Cherry had the best advice. And even more than advice, she gave me actions to do. It was more than just words.
That's perfect because everyone needs a mentor.
Yeah.
Especially, a mentor will only take you on if they see the fire in your
Yeah.
eyes.
Yeah.
Because if they don't, they're not going to waste time. And
Yeah.
Sherry was one of the most respected
She was
actresses of our time, also.
I was just like, I remember, like, I was just so grateful that she was even having conversations with me at the time. So,
It was
yeah,
like she sees you and she's like, I'm going to help
yeah.
this kid.
And I remember with Missouri, because she told me to go to school, so I did it. I went back. She was so proud. And then, so after school, it was like, now it's time to do your first play. Because you studied all that theater in New York. Now it's time to put it in action.
How long was the school?
Um,
Did you enjoy New York?
I loved it. I loved it. I really like. There were moments and to stay because my teachers were telling me to stay. And
Gonna ask, like, because yeah, sometimes if you get like in the bubble of
oh,
the
yeah,
bubble, you're like, there's a glimmer of like, I can make it
oh
here.
my gosh, like, had conversations with my teachers and they were all convincing me to stay. But the thing is, I had a contract with ABS-CBN, so
Oh, so you had to come
yeah.
back.
But the thing is, in that school, I was very lucky because I'm the only one who's kind of had like a contract, who was a regular working actor already and stuff.
Everyone
So
is a starving actor,
yeah, but
actress.
but for me, like, it was so important for me to go there because it kind of like I said, it melted my ego because all of a sudden you're in a room full of like, hungry
High
actors.
caliber.
There's no, like, it's like show business without the bullshit, basically. Like, you guys are all serious actors in one room, and the only credit you have is if you do good in the scene.
Yes.
So it was, I don't know, it was very like eye opening and grounding for me. But then when my first play came, Miss Cherie was there, my first show, front stage and center.
Wow, wow. Like a
Yeah, she
proud
was.
mom.
And then I remember when the play ended, and I was looking straight at her. I was crying.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
What was the name of the first play?
lungs. It's called lungs because, like, when you guys are in a relationship, it's basically a relationship that lasts for 40 years. Like, you guys got married, had a miscarriage, got married again, broke up. A lot of like these, like, life.
Life. Yeah.
And it was the type of play where it was more like it wasn't like theater Broadway. It was more like it was like being a voyeur and watching life transpire in front of you. And it was
Interesting.
a challenge for me because my first play, it was just me and Sab, the girl, and it's 90 minutes straight, no going out. Kind of like Isa's,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
with less people and less props and
Yeah.
just more
And then
minimal.
just monologuing.
So long. It was a very long play, but again, like, that's what I love about theater. Once you do a play, you go back to a movie set or a TV show, everything's a bit easier because if you're able to do that.
one thing that really amazes me is when actors memorize their
Monologue.
script and
Yeah.
monologues. What's the secret? What is the secret to actually having that memory power to, you
Yeah.
know every line after, especially if
Yeah.
there's no cue in line, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to pause for the dramatic effect, but
Yeah.
how do you memorize the books that they
Well,
give you?
the thing is, like, with me, like, memorization has never really been a problem. Like, I could look at something like a monologue, and then I can see it. Give me 10 minutes, I'll memorize it. The real secret to it is to really understand it. It's not like just reading it,
Yeah.
but it's to really understand the objectives of what you're doing in a sequence. Like, those are just words. It's supposed to help you act. But, like, what is your intention? What is your objective? What do you want in the scene? And if you understand that, those words come naturally.
So the actual
Yeah.
meaning of the scene.
Yeah. Another mentor of mine was Ivana Chabok. She's an acting coach in LA. Um she has this thing where I just finished her book again called The Power of the Actor, where what she emphasizes is that all scenes, they're pointless if you don't have an objective. Like, if you're just memorizing the words, it really goes nowhere. But if you're doing it where you know exactly what you're doing, what your character wants, and what your overall objective, like us, like normal people, like like we have an objective, like we have a
Yes.
goal, right,
Yes.
in life. And then daily we try to complement that overall objective
With
by
the
achieving smaller goals, right?
yes, to
So
culminate to the top goal.
basically, the overall objective of the character is like what you're gonna reach at the end, and then all these scenes are mini objectives till you get there.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay. It's like the
is
build
it
up.
easy to
Yeah,
understand?
no,
Sorry.
no. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's a
Yeah.
build up. But let's go back to okay, so it looks like you went East Coast, West Coast, and then you came back where you applied everything, you went
Yeah,
theater,
yeah,
and then like was that it? Where you're like, okay, is this it? I'm a full-fledged actor. This is the
yeah.
career. And then was there a backup plan? Like did you have a doubt where like, if this fails, I'm going to do this instead?
Oh my gosh, like, I never, like, no, I was always all in, like, 100% in show business.
Chips
Like,
in.
whether if I don't make it in acting, I was gonna be a director. If I wasn't gonna be a director, I was gonna be a producer or a writer. Like, it's more of like, I had to do something that had to do something with show business in terms of like contributing to the industry.
Yeah, so
Parang ganun.
really
So
wanted to be part of this
yeah,
industry.
as crazy as the industry is, as as crazy it is, like, I really love it. Every single bit of it. People,
Yeah.
the process of creating, and at the same time trying to understand, because it's not like, like they say, they call show business, it's kind of like high school but with money involved. So you have to love these people for their faults, and you have to love them for, you have to understand the nature of the beast, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, okay, brings me to my question here. What was the biggest struggle you had in life or in your career?
Yeah.
And then how did you deal with it?
Wow, probably like a major struggle for me in the beginning was, yeah, I would say, like, the lifestyle that comes along with it when I was younger. Like, I think
Oh, okay.
a big obstacle for me maybe before was drinking, yeah, alcohol for sure. Before I decided
Quit.
to quit.
Yes.
Because, like, there was so much wasted energy in trying to create a persona, or trying to create, or try and, you have an idea of what an artist should be, which is like this, eccentric, drunk, badass actor guy. But then
Yeah.
you realize that, it's not that that's what's gonna get you noticed. It's not the persona that's gonna get you the big project. It's really the performances.
Yes.
So then I started to strip away that, and then put all my energy into in performing, like, in portraying. So, when I removed alcohol, ultimately it allowed me to just be more myself. So now, like, I'm just myself. Like, regardless if I'm talking to a CEO of a big company or I'm talking to a janitor, it's all the same to me.
But
Like,
struggle wise,
yeah.
like give us a concrete like struggle. Like let's say
Wow.
for
Yeah.
me the biggest struggle in my life was when my dad passed away and I had to pick up the pieces
Yeah.
and reform my life without him. That was for
Wow.
me like
Yeah.
till this day very vivid
Yeah.
of
I
everything that transpired.
Well, I think, for me, maybe like a big struggle for me was that I did not expect. It was coming from, from a place where when the pandemic hit, and then they, ABS CBN shut down, all the things that
Oh,
happened with it. And
yeah.
it's a big moment in my life because I was also in a relationship at the time. We broke up, and I had to reconstruct my life again because it was difficult, like, people don't really talk about it, but like to stay in ABS, that was really a choice, a difficult choice, a choice that you had to make a sacrifice, big lifestyle change. Like you had to tighten your belt a little bit
Yeah.
and like live frugal a little bit, which, if you're going through years of success, it's kind of like a big major adjustment.
Because they
But
cut so many things.
but that's how much I believed in ABS-C, man, that I'm gonna go through this struggle with this network because this is the
Interesting.
network that banked on me.
Okay.
So let's go through this together.
Yeah.
But again, easier said than done. Like
Yes, of
when you're
course.
in that, but like now, hindsight 2020, it was the biggest lesson that I had to learn because like maybe whatever like immaturity or maybe whatever boy that was still living inside of me, I needed to go through it in order to really turn into a man, like to really fill in the shoes. So,
Interesting.
and like in that process, like I tell a lot of guys this also, that it's gonna, a moment like that typically happens in a guy's life, but there's a decision that you have to make to go through it in isolation. This is the moment in your life where you're the lone wolf now. Your friends are not gonna tell you the best things. You've heard it all before. Everyone's given you all the advice, and you're done with the bro advice. And now it's kind of like, okay, I'm hurt, but I'm gonna have to just, shake this off and really do the hard stuff, the hard work, which is, it all started with me by quitting alcohol. And then slowly but surely, I was making bigger strides in my
That
life.
I mean, I understand from our conversation that the quitting the alcohol was because of that other incident where
Yeah, that was all in the same time frame.
like
Crazy,
the
right?
9 shots.
Yeah. So, like when I think about it, like all these things happened to me, and it was really like, yeah, it was God, the universe knocking me and saying, the Jig, we have to make a shift. And it's today.
So was that 2021 when the gunshots to the jeep?
Yeah, I think so. That was
So
about
so for
2021.
those of you who didn't know, Jake Jake's jeep got shot by the police
Yeah.
and 9 shots were fired. Thank God nothing hit him. Real
Yeah.
life action star right here.
Crazy.
And that's another story in itself. If you guys want to
Yeah.
see the story on that,
It's
it's in
all
the
over the
podcast.
news.
Also, it's in the news. But yeah, thanks for sharing your struggle. I think a lot of people were struggling to rebuild themselves during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like I closed my company, same
Yeah.
thing where we didn't know where things were headed, and it was all up in the
Yeah.
air.
Crazy, right?
It
Like
was it
crazy.
was imagine that we all lost, the globe lost how many years? three
Yeah. That
years,
was
two and a
like
half
it
even.
was crazy. Like, yeah, that was like in the Philippines, that was like 3.
Yeah.
Right? In
Oh yeah,
America,
because
it was
we
like 2 years. They were already,
letting you out.
yeah, letting you out. You could do it. They couldn't hold them any longer.
Yes.
Philippines, we had to be like very, very like obedient. Yeah.
I have an interesting question here.
Okay.
Do you enjoy being famous?
Joy being famous. Before I was just having this conversation with Miss Angel last night.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because before I would like,
Hi, Angel.
I would have like my moods before. Like there are days where I could really turn it on and be very nice. There are days where I'm kind of like, not feeling it
Yeah.
today. But because of the pandemic, I was telling Miss Angel that kind of don't take it for granted anymore. Like 3 years away. Like we these things where when you start in your career as an actor, you're like so grateful when they finally give that to you, because before, when you're starting, you have to like explain, are you an actor? Yeah, yeah, I did all these things, and explain, having to explain yourself. So finally, when they know you and they love you, you appreciate it. But then you get used to it, and then at some point you take it a little bit for granted, diba? And but because of the pandemic, it fixed my perspective, fixed how I look at that. Yeah.
How many books did you read in the pandemic?
Oh my
Looks like a lot
gosh.
of life changing,
Yeah.
introspecting, and like
Yeah.
character
I, I
reformation.
really fell in love with books in the pandemic, to a point where I really look forward to reading books more than I do watch movies sometimes. Like,
Amen.
yeah, I'm like that now.
Same. I
I
love
could
picking up a good
I
book.
love like traveling with a book, like, or run. It's my run partner, so I build
Yes.
a
The
relationship with it for like a
audiobooks.
month. But yeah, like
I think in the pandemic I was able to in two more or less in 3 years I finished about. I mean I've done a lot more now, but at that time I finished about 150 books. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Audiobooks, guys.
I
And
f-
audiobooks. I wasn't reading it page per page,
I
but
feel underread now. So being that like yeah, you now appreciate being famous, but how do you stay humble? How do you, when people see
yeah.
our Hilux build videos because
Yeah.
there's a lot of conversation, there's some comments there saying like, "Wow, Jake, so you have a good head on your shoulders. You're
Wow, thanks
you're very
guys.
nice." Like versus obviously all the characters you portray,
Yeah.
like they're all badass and
Yeah.
like angry, and
Yeah.
then but how do you stay humble in real life and not let your ego get ahead of
Yeah.
you?
I'm like I've been through so much. Like, to be honest, like I've been through a lot to know, and I've been in the industry long enough to know, like, Robert De Niro says this, that we're all dispensable. Like,
Oh,
it's very, very, like,
100%.
we're all dispensable, and at the same time, like, you have to also understand that in the industry, a lot of people, like, um it takes a lot of luck also to get you in there. Like,
Amen.
it's like, preparation meets opportunity, but sometimes opportunity doesn't come,
Yes,
but when it does come, you have to know what to do with it. That's knowing all those things, but also at the same time, like, I have a very good support system with me, like my family. Like, again, like, I guess it's my age where, I have friends. I have a small, very small circle of friends, but I love spending time with my family. I love spending time with my loved ones. I feel like my brother really grounds me. Like, we're so different, right? Like, when you talk to my brother and me, we're completely different, but he keeps me in check. He's the
that's
guy who,
cool.
like, tells me when I'm okay, maybe you're getting a bit too intense here, Jake. That.
For the viewers, actually, Rufo works with us in
Yeah.
Hotel Ava,
Yeah.
and Jake's family and my family have some relations
Yeah.
through our titas.
Titas,
Tita
yeah.
Cora is our common
Yeah.
tita,
That
so
from my mom's side.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it's cool because we've known each other for such a long time.
Yeah.
You were there for our first RWB build.
Yeah, I was
You
there. I saw
you witnessed
Nakay-san.
Nakai when he was first in the
Yeah.
Philippines, and
Drinking Stella at
that
that
was a
time.
rare occasion because we didn't invite a lot of people. We didn't
Yeah.
tell people that he was coming.
That was an insane experience too, because you still had the track in FTI at that
Yes,
time.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That was crazy.
Like we used to go drifting every
We had a
weekend.
car we had car shows there too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We had
Yeah.
Drift Fest, we had Porn Fest, we had
Damn.
like we were car culture
Yeah.
building back in the day.
That was the Mamba, Black Mamba.
Black Manta, yes.
Black Manta, sorry, in its prime. It just
Yes.
got made that time.
If if we look way back, actually Jake has been a client also for car porn for ages.
Allah, yeah, long time now. Me and my
Charger,
brother, actually.
Sylvia, the
Yeah.
bug guy, or the Subaru. Was it a bug
Subaru.
guy?
Two
Two
Sylvias,
Sylvias,
Subaru, the
the
Challenger, now
Challenger,
the
and
Hilux.
then the
Yeah.
Hilux. And then like there's still so many things I want to discuss, but let's go circle back into cars. Like
Okay.
with the Hilux, with everything that we've done for it, like over the past, I think, month and a half,
Yeah.
is there anything else on the top of your mind that you can think of? Because, I mean, if you guys want us to enumerate all the things
Yeah.
that we've thrown at this, it's like the list is already pretty
Yeah,
long.
it's a long list already. Actually, for now, after the last parts we put, the exhaust, it really pulled everything together. Now it's done. Like, I mean, visually it's so nice to look at. Now riding it too and driving it, it's more of an experience because of the exhaust. So for now, with everything that we've done, I'm gonna kind of hold it right now.
That's
Just keep
good.
stay for now,
I
because
ha-
I'm so happy now with it.
I've
Yeah.
gotten like 3 messages of where did Jake get his yellow headlights? I'm like, oh, it's just tint.
That's just it. Yeah, that's just it. That second skin, and it was your idea
Yeah,
actually, right?
yeah. I
Yeah.
was like, what if we throw this on just
It
to
was
give
a
it
really good touch. Like, I can't stop looking at the headlights.
because it's the eyes of the car, right?
Yeah, it is. And
So
then it just kind of completes the OEM Rally GR look. Like,
yeah,
it just complements that whole thing.
I
Yeah.
even me when I see photos and videos now of the car, it's just like, yeah, we did it
Yeah, we
well.
did well here.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
yeah.
well.
It was I'm so
So
happy with it. So happy.
because the Hilux is done, and as car people, I'm never like good at just one stop. Like, what
Yeah.
are the next car plans for Jake?
You know, I honestly I'm really toying with, especially when I saw you your MX-5 again, and then you're gonna make a carbon fiber one. I've been toying with the idea of getting one because me and my brother have always wanted one.
Interest?
Just a car that we can both like set up again, kind of
Yeah.
like the Sylvia
Yeah,
back then.
yeah.
And the thing is, like with me and my dad, because we ride, right? We ride
Yes.
motorcycles.
Yes.
So with my brother, I want a project with him again. Like I want to
Roof
build
doesn't
something.
ride bikes.
No, he doesn't. He's a car guy. Yeah.
Oh.
But because like I was thinking of, getting the MX-5 and I was thinking of getting the MX-5 with my brother. I was thinking of getting the convertible for him. So at least it kind of feels like a motorcycle, you
Yeah,
know what I
well,
mean?
I work well with Mazda.
Yeah.
They're always very supportive of
Yeah.
our car projects, and if you ever are ready to pull that trigger,
I
I know
can't
a guy.
yeah, I can't wait to see the street version carbon fiber one.
Well,
And
definitely,
I might be the second guy to do it, right?
I'll lend you this car. It's manual though, but I'll lend you this
I love
car.
my I only want to get the MX-5 in manual.
Oh,
Yeah, I
perfect.
only want to
So
get in manual.
I'll lend you this car so you can feel it.
Perfect.
So yeah, next car project might be a Miata, which is up my alley. And
Yeah.
it's funny, like people always ask, like, what is the first sports car that I can recommend? And I always say a Miata.
Yeah, right?
It's yeah,
Like, no, and it's gonna make you a better driver too. Like, I mean, you get the orientation of a sports car. It's
yes,
so nimble.
yes,
Like, it's not gonna get you in too much trouble. There's no
yes,
power,
yeah.
right? So just,
You
it's
can
really the
ride it.
enjoyment of driving, right?
But
Yeah.
on the racetrack, being even if the Miata is underpowered, I have so much fun.
I had so much fun in the Vios when I did the Vios Cup. Like
Okay.
when I did the Vios Cup at that time,
Yeah,
and that
yeah.
thing stuck pretty much, right?
Super.
Yeah.
So, after 2 decades in this career of yours, what is the next milestone? I know we spoke about you want to be a director,
Yeah.
but like, do you see yourself being an actor all the way till your 50s, or are you slowly piling on skills and planning to transition to be behind the camera and
Yeah.
behind the scenes?
I think like if I'm lucky enough to have the opportunity to act for the rest of my life, I would love that because Eddie Garcia is basically like he's an icon for me. He's my idol. Me and Kuya Albert really look up to him. So, like
Is he
from
70s already?
he passed away already
Oh,
actually,
okay.
but Tito Eddie, I got to work with him many stages in my life. Like I got to work with him. I saw him when he was a bit younger, so he was strong
Okay.
till I worked with him like when he was a lot older with Coco as well in Panday. Um, and one thing about him, he always loved it. Like he really enjoyed working. He was so purpose driven, and that's probably why I really looked up to him. So if I'm lucky, I'll do it the same way he did. But if not, I'm already planting my seeds in being a director and being a producer, writer. Then also like the thing is like for the immediate future, what I want to do is open up my own theater company
Oh, wow.
that to like produce original material in the hopes of turning it into movies, turning it into TV shows.
It's like a screening ground so that you
Yeah.
can
Or it's also like,
test case.
I want to create just a place where new actors can come, new directors can go, new writers can go. And then like you're kind of like ushering the new players to the industry, kind of.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, right? As we grow older, we want to see people evolve also and
Yeah.
uplift them. And
Yeah.
I understand how that process works because I always want to see success in
Yeah.
everyone that I work with and
Yeah.
the people that surround themselves with me also.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Um, Random question: what is your favorite snack?
Favorite snack? What is my favorite snack?
Yeah, yeah.
To be honest, this might be like my favorite snack.
Like if we open your pantry, what is the favorite snack of Jake Cuenca?
Actually, like one thing like a go-to that I always eat is falafel. Actually,
Oh,
yeah, it's
okay.
falafel,
Yeah.
or if not falafel, like on a cheat day, like I do love Chi cooks a really really good tofu kimchi jjigae.
Ooh.
That's my favorite thing
God,
right
you made
now.
me salivate just a little.
With quinoa adlai. Oh
Oh,
my god, it's my
okay.
favorite right now.
Gee, that sounds good. I want some.
She's the best cooking that.
Do you cook also, or
No, I don't. I'm so bad. I can
you're
get eggs or like fry some things,
just
but
fry?
Yeah, that's it basically.
And there's no role that Miss made you a chef, Jake.
No, I give that to my brother and his wife. Shout out Rufo. Paella
Shameless plug.
406.
Yeah, shameless plug. Rufo
Yeah.
does paella, which I still need to order.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I will order one of the paellas to feed the team here because we've been banging out projects so
Damn.
well.
On me. That one's on me. The paella on me.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, for
thank you. Yeah,
everyone.
I
Yeah.
will schedule that.
Yeah.
So what keeps you motivated every morning? Like I know I watch the stories, you're always at the gym. If not you're reading a book or reading a script.
Yeah.
Like what's the driving force
I
behind?
I think I really subscribe to like Kobe Bryant's Mamba mentality, where it's a little bit better every single day. Like it doesn't have to be huge, big strides, but at least I'm doing something to either enhance my acting ability or enhance me as a person,
Yes.
or try to read something that might help me in my relationship with my family or my girlfriend. So it's always just like learning more about life and like, like opening up my mind to new things. So
Yeah,
my goal is to be better, a little bit better every single day. Yeah.
it's
And
such a great
then
mindset.
and then at the same time, like I said, like that's my mindset in that's my mindset like in a day-to-day basis. But when I do commit to a role and dedicate myself, that mindset also like comes into play. Like now I'm cultivating a character. Like let's
Yes.
say this other show that I'm doing aside from Batang Capo, it's called What Lies Beneath. Been immersing in Mandaluyong City Jail for that for a while. So it's getting that mindset and then putting it into the characters as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
there.
Like
It gets a bit more intense when I start to dedicate for something.
full
Yeah,
dedication. That's pretty cool though
yeah,
because a lot of people always ask like how do I get motivated for this? How do I get motivated for that?
yeah.
And it's always nice to share what inspires other
Us,
people. Yeah.
yeah,
And like I instant every morning, wake up no matter how
yeah.
tired I am,
And
I go out for a
I, I,
walk, do
I,
cardio.
and I love being ahead of the day. Like I love waking up and knowing that and then I don't feel like the day is going at me so much. I
You're
feel
not
like,
running after the day.
yeah, exactly. I
The
don't,
day is waiting for
yeah.
you.
This way, like also like, thing is like in the morning, as a guy, we go through thoughts, right? Like you wake up in the morning and you process some things, negativity comes a little bit, or
Oh.
you look at social media, and then it kind of affects you a little bit. You're not supposed to do that, social media in the morning, but it happens, right?
Yes, sometimes
But the thing is, like, once I go for a run, once I work out, there's a sense of calm. Everything all of a sudden just melts away.
I
Or
hear you.
if I was going through something, I go for a run, I have a better perspective about
Yes,
it. Like whether it's a problem or whatever it is.
agree.
Like I at least feel better about myself. I did something about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
it a lot of people don't realize, right? The harder we work, the more we need to work out
Yeah.
because we need that release.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
sort of the counterpoint to the stress that we're
Yeah.
enduring at work, it needs to be released in
Well,
another way or the
yeah.
dopamine kicks in.
A hard workout is a definite expression. Like, like I go for a run. Um, I go for a run like early in the morning, and then you're sweating like crazy. There's something so primal about that. Like I mean, if you go back to the days of like when man was still like we're cavemen, cave women, like hunting.
Yeah.
So like that was the purpose of human beings in the beginning. So we still have that side in us where we have to like attack and like
Yeah.
go for something and be
Primal.
aggressive in the morning. Yeah. So that's working out for me. Yeah.
I actually want to know when you first started running, your pace wasn't 3 minutes
No
40
way.
yet. Where
No.
did you start and how long did it take you to get to that race
To that
pace?
pace.
Yeah.
That show that show that we did with the triathlon thing, it was perfectly cast because it was me and Gerald, and we're both very competitive.
Did he become a triathlete too?
Yeah, he did. We
Oh.
both joined races together.
Oh, so there was that
Yeah, there was
like
that push. It's like,
accountability.
we'd wake up at 5 and we'll look at each other's stories. Oh, you're not training yet? There's some trash talk going on.
Ooh, okay.
And then like come race day, you'll see it. Like when we're coming close to the race, all of a sudden no one's posting. No one's
Yeah.
posting the
G-
time, no one's posting that.
Yeah, secret training.
So let's just find out on the race
Yeah, yeah.
day.
Secret
Yeah.
training.
Yeah, secret
It's
training.
like almost when we drive, sometimes we don't post because we're testing
Yeah,
and we
we're
don't want to
testing
share
things.
yet.
Yeah. Same thing with triathlon. Like
So how long? Like a year to get from what was your when
Less
the
than definitely less than a year.
when you
Like
first timed yourself, what was the 1 kilometer pace?
actually, the run was never embarrassing because I was always somewhat of a football player, right?
Okay,
So like
okay, so you were running.
running was not really an issue for me. But what was embarrassing was swimming.
Oh,
That was so freaking embarrassing. I had to learn to relearn swimming because I was a really bad
yeah,
swimmer.
the efficiency of
I could hardly do lap. I could hardly do a lap. Like I would drown and like there was this where we were training in Celebrity Sports Club. The pool's like really deep. You could dive in this pool. So I get in the middle and start drowning in the pool. And then everyone in the cast, including Gerald and everyone, did laugh at me. And I was telling them, okay, keep laughing. Because by the end of this show, we're gonna race and we're gonna find out.
did
So
you beat Gerald?
yeah, I mean,
Wow.
it's always been
Oh,
it was always been sometimes it's him, sometimes it's
okay,
me.
okay.
But that last race we did in Bohol,
Yeah.
that was a very serious one. And the show was done. This was like the
Oh,
final race.
oh, so you
We were dead serious about this
yeah.
race. And then it's the first time I ever won first place.
So yeah.
Overall, first place. Yeah.
After that, did you still both push each other to compete
We
or
raced one more time, but the competitiveness wasn't there anymore. It was more like, let's just have fun, bro.
oh,
When
it's
the
just
show's done.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
we're just
Just
here
enjoy. Yeah.
to accomplish
Yeah. So
something.
the last run we both did was about like a month or two ago, and it was much more like high spirits and it wasn't competitive at all. We were
What
more
was
like, let's go for a run, enjoy the run, have breakfast, and just
what was the pace for that enjoyment run?
not bad. It was like 4:40, I think. So that's still not bad.
And then
Yeah.
over how many kilometers is 440?
There's just a 5K run in Alabang, but we
440,
were
5K.
yeah.
That's still a
We
fast
were going
pace.
for a 22, yeah, 22, 21 minutes. Yeah, something like that.
For those of you that know, that's still below the average of
I say if you can get it to
global
5,
runners.
that's actually pretty good already. If
Yeah,
you
the
could do
5K
every
pace.
kilometer at 5 flat, that's
Whew,
pretty fast
I'm
already.
so far from that. I'm barely 6 minutes 30 for 1K.
How far do you run though? 5?
I try to, but I'm not built to be a runner. Like biking
Yeah.
for me is so
Cycling's better
easy.
for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, cycling's so much fun.
yeah. No, I love the
Super,
wind and
super. It's more exhilarating, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, back to the inspirations. Who are the people you look up to?
Local or like internet?
Any
I
you're
mean,
who are the people that you be like?
yeah, I mean, I'll say local first, obviously,
Okay,
because definitely like Albert Martinez is a big one for me. He's aside from being like a big
hi
mentor,
Albert.
he aside from being a big mentor, I really consider him as a dear, dear friend.
Okay,
Like I love that guy,
I was chatting
really.
with Albert the whole night last night.
Really, were you?
We're talking about cars.
Our cars
Yeah,
again?
of
Is
course.
he level 2, level 3 truck
He has a
stuff?
new project also. He bought an Opel. So
Oh,
yeah,
really?
he's like
What
I
kind
got
of
this
Opel
project.
station wagon?
No, no, a very old Opel, classic Opel. And then he also sent photos of Coco's car. So I need to visit Coco's car and actually inspect it already.
The
Yeah,
Porsche.
the
Okay,
RWB project.
yeah.
So I love Albert that he's into cars
So
and
much.
die
Yeah.
hard like
Die hard. He knows everything.
cars,
Yeah.
SUVs, like yeah, he
Yeah.
knows
He's like
everything.
he doesn't even need to use his phone to bust out facts about
Oh,
cars. And he
same. I
knows it.
mean,
Yeah, same with you too.
yeah,
Yeah.
we live and
So
breathe it.
it's like, wow, you know all these things.
But besides Albert, internationally, who are the people you look up to and how
Wow.
come?
I think like my favorite, like I mean in terms of like acting, like for me, I'm a huge fan, of course, like of the greats, just like Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. But to me, the best actor, the greatest actor to have ever done it is really Daniel Day Lewis. He's like my guy. Heath Ledger, Daniel Day Lewis, like
Interesting.
those are my idols. But for women, it's like Meryl Streep.
Ooh,
I'd
yes,
say. But for authors, because I have a lot of like authors that I look up to as well. It's Robert Greene, Ryan Holiday,
I ordered the
Robin Sharma.
I ordered the books.
You ordered the books. Robin
Yes,
Sharma's pretty good too.
I
Five
have
Lemon Club.
I.
Oh, you
That's
have
what I'm
one.
reading now. Robin Sharma.
He sent you an autograph copy too.
Yes, he's
He's
sending me
super
one.
nice
Yes,
actually. He's really nice. Then locally, a big person that I look up to in the local industry, a director, is Olive Lamasan.
never heard.
She's to me well she's one of the best directors really in history in the Philippines, and I was lucky enough to do a movie with her one time and
Uh,
learned so much things from her.
I have a good question. Do you think you can beat Tom Cruise in a run?
in a run.
Because you've seen him run in the
I
movies.
think I can.
He
Like,
has, but his pace for his height
yeah.
is just like, wow,
But
this guy can
he's a solid.
run.
But I'm not sure if he's
Tom is
a.
60 though, right?
Yeah, he's 60. But I'm not sure if he's a marathon runner or he's a sprinter because he looks like he does a lot of sprints,
I
right?
watched a documentary on him running, and in the beginning they were showing how he was so bad at it, and
And then he learned how to like fix
yeah,
his running.
and in all the movies he's in leather shoes and a suit.
Yeah.
He's not in track pants and
No, no, no.
sneakers.
He's not
He's in
wearing.
boots.
Yeah, he's
He's
not
in,
wearing.
and
Yeah,
he makes, right in the movie,
yeah.
if it looks fast, it's probably faster in real life because it's always looks slow in the movies,
Yeah, it's true.
right?
But what's more like crazy about Tom Cruise, it's like his courage and bravery to do like the stunts.
I love Tom
Crazy.
Cruise, Mission
Yeah.
Impossible. I
Yeah.
love everything that he does.
I love Tom Cruise, but to be very honest, I respect Brad Pitt's filmography a lot more.
Okay, but
Just because of like the movies, the different
yeah.
types of movies he's done. But for being an action star,
Oh,
being courageous and being bold and pushing the limits of cinema, that's Tom Cruise. Yeah,
it's
for
like,
sure.
Keanu does his own stunts,
Yeah,
Tom does his own stunts,
yeah.
and like these are people I look up to.
Keanu's amazing too. And
Yeah,
like John Wick,
right?
he's amazing.
All
And
the
plus like the culture of John Wick, it's like it's just like spread through every action genre
yeah,
all
gun
over the world.
fu.
Everyone's doing gun fu, everyone's doing his
Let's not
moves.
forget Matrix. The Wachowski brothers, who are now Wachowski sisters.
Yeah.
Matrix was the
Damn, Matrix was the best,
like
right? I watched that.
Keanu.
I remember watching the first Matrix in
Oh,
America in a movie house in the States.
I love it.
It was crazy, right? It was like, like the impact of Inception when it came out. Like it
Yes,
was mind blowing. Like
yes.
Hollywood movie, bona fide, right?
Matrix became my all-time favorite
My
movie.
gosh, the motorcycle scene in the freeway. How they even do that
Yes,
scene?
I love that
It's
part
crazy.
where Keanu's
Green.
like, "I know kung fu," and
Yeah, I know kung fu, and then
Morpheus
it's
like, "Show
with one
me."
hand.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that
and the
scene.
green Panigale. There's a green Ducati Panigale, right?
Yes,
The one of
yes,
Trinity.
yes.
Damn, I
I
like
think
that
so.
bike.
I mean, you're the bike expert, not me, but
Yeah.
that for me was the movie. I've always wanted to ask this, and me and Joey were always discussing topics for podcast, right? So, what is a message from your current self now to your 20-year-old self? Like, if I'll give you an example, right? I'm in my I'm 45, so I would be like, if you told me in my 20s that by 40 I won't be drinking and I'll be vegan, I'll tell you, get out of here or shut the F up, right?
Yeah.
It was never in my wildest dreams that I thought like I would be sober
Sober,
and then
vegan.
vegan
Yeah.
and then like yeah, I just didn't see it coming.
Yeah. Same here. Same
So
here.
what message, if you had a message for your 20-year-old self, like would you have, and what sort of like, yeah, like shocking revelations would you be like, hey, you shouldn't
Yeah.
do this because blah blah blah.
I think I would tell my 20-year-old self to specifically 23-year-old me to
Oh,
not take yourself too seriously.
oh wow.
Yeah. I think that would be, yeah. If I saw a version of me,
That seems
I would tell him to, I mean, because there were times where I would take things like very intensely, like those characters that I portray, it comes from somewhere. Like it really, like I do believe like what Robert Greene says, where we have a dark side and we need to cultivate that too. It's a balance.
yes.
And like the characters that I did when I was, these dark characters, it does come from a place. It does come from, it comes from somewhere, right? So for me, when I was younger, I would tell myself, yeah, especially when I was 23, specifically when I was, like very, very serious about like everything. I would tell myself, yeah,
let's
don't take it too seriously.
let's double click on that. Why
Yeah.
23? What was the experience at 23?
Damn, it's just like I'm the type of guy who always like I'm the type of guy who always like, especially in this industry where it's always like I gotta prove something. Like can be a good thing.
Yes.
Can be a good thing to have a chip on your shoulder. can be motivating, right? And like it's an emotion that you can use. And I guess like as I grow older, it's not about like summoning, it's not about like proving these that I can get to these emotions, but it's more like I have to be a master of control. Like I have to be able to control it. Like I have to be able to summon it when I need to and release it when I need to. And then when it's done, let it go.
Interesting. Okay.
Before it was more like I had to prove these things to myself and create this persona and be this guy. And then all because like, all because like I was thinking that this is all gonna help me create this character, right? But like now it's like, and when I look at it, it's more like that's all just a wasted energy. If it's not seen in camera, it's not counted really. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
a little bit. That makes sense. Sorry,
Yes,
but yeah,
in a way. I mean,
yeah,
I I recently had a conversation with Antoinette Taos,
yeah.
and she
Okay.
shared this such a beautiful line, just like there are no small roles, there are only small people,
Oh, for small actors.
small
Yeah,
actors. Yeah,
I agree.
like
I
basically any small role can become
I
your.
I agree. I'll
You can
piggyback.
give it your best.
Yeah, I'll piggyback on what she says. It's like the smaller the role, the more necessary you have to make it count. Like
110%.
I think it is Eddie Garcia's like most iconic line where he says, "No matter how small, make it big." Like so
I
for
like
me, it's
that.
like if I
No matter
found
how
myself
small, make it big.
situations where you're doing like work that you feel like I could be doing more,
Yeah.
with this. But then the thing is like, okay, like if it's this, I have to make the most and thrive with this.
It's like,
Like,
give me more lines.
yeah, yes.
It's like, direct, give me more
Direct, I can
lines.
handle more lines right now. Come on. Prepared last night.
Interesting. Um, okay. We don't want to make the podcast too long, so I'm going to try to wrap things up. What are the messages that you would have or share to all the young actors who are second guessing
Yeah.
themselves or at least thinking about doing this career path
Yeah.
that you have chosen?
I would say like my advice for them is to really, really like you have to really, really believe in yourself because no one is gonna believe in you until you do so. Like it all starts with you, right? That you have to believe in yourself. You have to be your biggest fan at first for in order to get fans, in order for people to believe in you. I like for me, if I could do things, if I could go back and do things in
Yes.
reverse, I would have rather spent all that energy and like, obviously like, I don't regret any decisions I had made. Like that was all a part of my journey, like going out, partying and all that. But
Yes.
I wish I immersed myself even more into the culture, like theater. Like I remember when I first did my play and I landed with the perfect company who knew my schedule, who knew how I operate. I was like, God, why didn't I find this sooner?
Oh,
Yeah. So I would tell the younger actors because like I said, I mean like what we've been talking about since the start, that opportunity only happens once.
yes.
Like there's a long line, a huge long line of actors who want to be actors and who are willing to do it, who might be better than you. You know what I mean? But
Yes.
what makes you unique is you. If you believe in yourself, and at the same time, if you have that opportunity, don't waste it. Hold on to it, because, like I said, to go back in the end of the line, like opportunity only happens once. So like, be prepared for it
Did
when
you
it happens.
ever miss an opportunity?
Me,
Yeah.
maybe
A regret that you're
I
like,
most likely, I most likely hold this in high regard or in high standard because I did most likely like when I was younger in GMA. When we were talking about like my first 5 years, the struggle, those were
yes.
all misses.
Oh,
Those were
okay.
all like massive, like me trying or pushing too hard. It's overacting and then adjusting. It's underacting and then it's trying things out and seeing what sticks. Like those years of struggle when no one's watching you yet. It's so important that you go through it because like that's the trial and error. That's where you're still kind of allowed to make mistakes. People are still more for people will still forgive your mistakes, but once you're a seasoned actor,
Yes.
those mistakes are not forgivable anymore.
Did you ever at one point feel like an imposter?
Imposter syndrome. Wow. Maybe, you know Actually, I have conversations, and a lot of actors go through that. Like, especially if you've gone through a lot of idle time, like say 1 year you haven't worked or 2 years you haven't worked. So you start
Yes.
to question yourself, right? But with my standard for myself of how I operate in a day-to-day basis, I never go through it because like I remind myself that I'm an actor every day by rehearsals, by repetitions, by reading things, by
Interesting.
so by the time I've read all these books, by the time day one starts for this movie, I have so much new knowledge to apply. That's the
Interesting.
great thing with being like a seasoned professional with any field that you do. It's like you read a new book that teaches you new techniques, but now you know what to do with it. Like you can apply it straight away after reading the book.
So the theoretical knowledge becomes experiential
Applicable,
knowledge
yeah.
because you're able to execute it.
Yeah, like there are moments like we're talking about it earlier when I was reading these books early in the pandemic. At first, like it's not fun. At first, you're like, what the hell am I doing reading this book and how am I gonna apply this in my life? But you have to like go through that uncomfortable process to start seeing the magic of it, right?
Yes.
And then like, you under like me, it only came like sometimes I'll read a book and none of it's applicable. Sometimes you'll read the whole book and all of it's like an eye opener and
Yes.
it's applicable. But the amazing part, like at least for me in life now, is that I read any book that I'm interested in because I love self-help books, right?
Yes.
So I read that and everything makes sense now to me. Everything is kind of like applicable. Yeah.
That's cool. I
Yeah.
mean, there's books I do pick up and I read it and I don't
It doesn't
understand.
resonate with you. Sometimes,
Yeah. And then there's some books that I actually fold pages so I can
yeah,
go back to it and be
yeah,
like, that's cool.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's the
mean,
one I was looking for.
this book I'm reading now from Robin Sharma, it's his third book that I'm reading,
Which
and
one?
the Mastery
The
Manual. Sorry,
Mastery Manual.
sorry.
Okay.
So,
And it's not such a big like because the Mastery book of Robert Greene's like it's like
oh,
it's gonna take me a year to finish this thing.
and Robin puts questions here where what's holding me back, what's most important to me,
Yeah.
like really like thought
He's
questions where you're just like,
yeah.
oh. And there's one thing I love with the book, right? He shares on this dad explaining to his son that the son has uncontrollable anger, and he's like, son, here are some nails, go nail the fence if you have any uncontrollable anger. So over the few weeks, the son nailed 25 nails into the fence, and he's like, I realize now what I'm doing. I'm calmer now, so I'm not nailing anything to the fence. He goes, that's good. But for every time you have any uncontrollable moment where
Emotions, yeah.
it gets out of you, you can remove one nail. So he did it, right? After
Yeah.
a while, he realized that, like, oh, I'm able to now control everything and not have an adverse reaction.
Wow.
And he's like, but look, even if you were able to control yourself, whatever hurtful things that you've said has left a hole in the
On the
fence.
fence, so you can't
So
take it back. Yeah, I
exactly,
get that.
the
I
mark is there. I'm like,
yeah.
when I read that, I was like, oh, that
Yeah.
really, really reinforces my thought of be nice,
Yeah.
watch what you say,
Yeah.
watch how you react,
Yeah.
because you can't take it back.
Yeah. No, I even like go as far as to say like I watch what I even tell to my what I say to myself because like the power of spoken words, right? Like it's almost like, you start to be negative and you start talking about it, you start to manifest it as well.
It's so hard because sometimes our inner voice is so negative.
Yeah. I've kind of found a way where, I believe that all of us have negative
Yeah,
thoughts, but
yeah.
it's up to you to combat them. Like I get into a debate sometimes, like I get into a wrestling match with it, but that's why I go for a run. Because like to calm those thoughts.
It.
Yeah. Combat those thoughts.
I was reading on that, right? When we do something that we don't want to do, we're exercising control
Yeah.
over that side of our autonomic
Yeah.
system. Where
Yeah.
it's like, no, I am in
Yeah.
control. This is what we're going
Yeah.
to do.
It's funny that you should say that. That's kind of like, the process of everything. Like, like if I go like on an immersion thing or like do something for a role, like the first few moments is always the difficult one. It's getting yourself there, showing up. It's always rough. It's never like smooth, easy. But then like you bathe in there, you immerse, you put yourself through it, and then you start to feel comfortable in a very uncomfortable situation, and then you learn more about yourself, right? It's enlightening, actually, to be honest. Yeah.
That's cool. I love it. I love our conversations. We could keep going, but we're going to move to our social media questions.
Okay.
And I posted this a while ago, so
My gosh, these seats are carbon fiber. I just
yes,
noticed that it's forged and normal
yes,
carbon fiber.
yes.
Need one in my
This
house.
is an SR20 engine block. This one of my fans
My
gave it.
gosh, I had this. This is the engine of my Sylvia, right?
Yes, yes,
SR20.
yes.
I had this engine.
This engine is from Struan, and we blew it up in my old shop.
Screw Sylvia.
Yeah.
Sefiro or Sylvia?
Isifiro.
Sefiro.
So we blew up this engine before,
Yeah.
and I just made it a table in memory.
Was
So
the Sky Sefiro for a time
the Sky,
Screw once?
yeah, the Skyfiro went to Stru, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I bought it back when he didn't want it anymore.
It became like, yeah, it was like the car porn drift car talaga. Damn, I
Okay,
remember this engine.
let's answer a few questions from Morgan Francie. Will Akira Nakai be back here this year? No, it's happening next year with the family of
Yeah,
Jake.
it's gonna be a Batang Quiapo RWB, baby.
So it's Coco Martin, it's Albert
Yeah.
Martinez, and it's
I wish it
Alfonso
were
Martinez.
me, but not yet.
Huge fan here. Do you consider buying a property in Japan? Me? No. You?
Japan. No, I'm good for like vacations in Japan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same. I love Japan
Yeah, I
for
love Japan, don't get me
vacations.
wrong. Yeah.
Okay, so what's the maintenance cost of a full carbon fiber Miata race car?
Ooh.
I don't know yet for the road car. We'll let you know.
Yeah.
What are the operating costs of a Miata race car in the Philippines? That's a good
That's a
question.
good question. I kind of want to know this too.
Have you experienced the biggest downs your life? How could you cope with such a huge problem? Um, well, when I was sharing, like, my biggest trauma in my life was when my dad passed
Yeah.
away. And after that moment, I realized all other problems were small.
Yeah.
Once you encounter something like that,
Huge.
huge, and
Yeah.
everything now becomes like,
Yeah.
well, that's easy. We'll solve that.
Yeah, I was just to piggyback on that. I would say, like, David Goggins says this, where he says like you have to callous yourself, right? Like you like because of experiences, you get calloused, so you're like tougher.
Yeah.
The big problems that you see before are not that big anymore because you've been through it.
Yes.
You've been through worse. So yeah, it's having that callous mind, callous. Like, yeah, I get it.
What's your most favorite car? If
My
you had, what is Jake's dream car? I know my dream
wow,
car.
wow. I think for me, I think the Dakar 911, the new one, the rally Porsche.
Oh, the car.
That one, I'm a
Oh.
Porsche guy, really, and a BMW guy, but like more so if it's a dream car,
Yeah, yeah.
that one, or also that
The
Lamborghini.
Sterato.
That one was so
The
sick,
off-road
guys.
Lamborghini.
Damn, that was such a nice car. I think that's the one now.
My dream car would be currently the Ferrari SP3 Daytona,
Daytona.
the Ferrari F40, and then the LaFerrari. These are my
How
like.
many Ferraris do you need to get to that? Right? Because like, you have to like get a few
Jesus
to be
Christ.
eligible to get a LaFerrari,
It's
right?
different per country, right? Here in the Philippines, I would probably be ranked number 3.
Wow, you're in third na.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you basically have the whole
I
lineup.
I
Yeah.
am considered VVIP, but
Okay.
in another country I would be nobody. So it
Really?
just depends on perspective. And
Considering that you've done like Ferrari Grand Prix, you've done
well,
like
that's what put me up the list because
okay.
I raced with Ferrari when the Sungs were the Ferrari dealers.
Yeah, they
Right?
were.
Tito Willie, Mark, and
Yeah.
Jason. It helped bring me up in status because they helped me build up my profile and
Your profile
portfolio. Yeah.
in Ferrari. Okay.
What do you like better, R34 or the NSX?
Man, the NSX is such a legend. That's the thing. It is such a legend. Like it's one of a kind.
Amen. I miss my
Yeah,
car.
it's yeah.
So a podcast on diet and supplements. That's a whole another
That's a
episode.
whole episode. We can touch on that for an hour easy. Like just food and
Yeah.
vitamins alone.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
food is medicine,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then the supplement is only to help the
Yeah.
deficiencies of the food.
Yeah.
But the number one focus is
Nutrition.
whole
Yeah,
foods,
whole foods.
avoiding ultra processed foods.
Yeah.
And then, sweets and all that.
Yeah.
But once in a while, go nuts,
Yeah.
reward yourself,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be your main thing.
Yeah. But with all this being known, like, like for me, it's like, it's to be more aware of, about like what processed food does to your body. And once you know that, you're a little bit like, yeah, you'll have fast food here and there if there's no more choice. But if you
Yeah.
can avoid it, you will. If you're aware of what it does to you, right?
You don't understand. When I go to Batangas racing circuit where there's nothing for me to eat, I
Okay.
bring canned beans, canned corn, and I cook my own rice, and
Yeah.
I will camp out and eat my own food because
Yeah.
there's no fast food that I would eat out in the province, right?
Ever. Yeah. Yeah.
So I will
Yes.
bring frozen food for the first 2 days, and then the last 2 days I'm eating canned food.
Canned food
Yeah, and
already.
it's
Yeah.
still vegan, and
Yeah.
yet it's canned. It's not the healthiest, but
But hey, how unhealthy can canned corn be?
yeah, I'd rather
Like, yeah,
eat
I'm pretty
that than
sure.
go fast
Then
food,
go
right?
fast. Go have a burger. Yeah, totoo naman a processed food.
Supplements, what supplements do you take on a
I
daily?
I used to take a lot of different types of like supplements, but now what I've been doing the past year or so is that I just go for a vitamin drip once a week,
Oh,
every week.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it makes me feel more vital. Vitality is good. I feel better. So,
May I ask what are all the aftermarket parts you put in Sir Jake's GRS and what shops?
oh, I can say I know it.
Can you enumerate? I'll
I'll
see if
try.
you
I'll try my
memorized
best.
everything. Okay.
Top of my mind for the brakes, it's Ico big. It was an Ico big brake kit.
Yes.
Exhaust is TRX.
Yes.
All the parts underneath. Skid plate, recovery points, ARB.
Yes.
The lid is now Hammer automatic roller lid.
Got it.
Tires are BF Goodrich.
Yes.
The wheels are Work, and I think that's it, right? And the wrap is Second Skin.
And
There
then
you
now
go.
our horn and wipers.
Oh, PIAA.
And
Yeah.
then the foot mat,
Uh,
WeatherTech.
WeatherTech. There you go. I
Okay,
forgot.
so
Yeah.
everything was sourced via me through
Yeah.
our partner suppliers. So if you guys want to build a GR or any Hilux or actually any SUV,
Yeah.
send us an email.
Yeah.
Is there part three? Yes, sorry, our editor is slow, but yes, there is a part three, and then there's going to be a part
Four.
four.
Part three. Yeah, that's a 3 and 4, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a question here: car or motorcycle? Car.
Motorcycle. I'm a motorcycle guy.
That would be easy to
Yeah.
answer. Um, oh, here's an interesting question. If you had an extra 500,000, how would you invest it?
Me?
Yeah.
Invest 500 grand. I'll probably for now probably just like put it in a time deposit for now. Or like if I was to invest it in something, I'm not like a crypto guy or
Yeah.
nor do I do stocks or bonds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I would just like for now probably sit on that 500 grand or like just put it in a time deposit. Yeah.
I on the other hand would probably use it to buy inventory and then sell that
Yeah.
inventory. So
Yeah. But
I'm entrepreneurial that way
yeah.
where I see the interest rate in the
Yeah.
bank and I see the inflation and like,
Yeah.
oh, my money can do better things
I think this
outside.
is where I can learn a lot more from you.
So
Yeah,
we
for
could
sure.
have a finance
Yeah, we can have a
discussion.
discussion about that.
Kim Garcia, why does he like to wear spandex when he works out?
Why? I wonder.
He's asking you.
Is he asking
Yeah.
me? Sorry. It's
Kim,
a thing now, man.
Kim's asking you.
Hey, I was wearing these cycling shorts before they were even cool, okay? Now everyone's wearing it.
So we have a question from Alex Nickel. With how intense your characters are, how do you separate and detach yourself after?
Um, that's what I would say, like before, like yeah, that's when it was kind of tricky, when you're a younger actor. But now, like it's easier for me to let it go. It really is part of the process. Let it go. A sense of detachment. Like after you finish a sequence, you ultimately just tell yourself, let it go. Or like, what a lot of us actors talk about all the time. It's the feeling after you come from a shoot when you've done like a lot of extreme emotions, anger, happy, sad, all that.
Let me bring this back to our conversation in the car. Jake had a role where he had to butcher a pig.
Yeah, that changed my perspective also when
So
it comes to food.
bring yourself to that, Jake. How did you let that go? Because I would be devastated if I didn't know that this was how it is.
changed me. Like that scene totally changed. Like I never ate, like after that sequence I never ate meat again. Like it really felt like I did something bad. Like it really changed me. That's when I say now, like obviously now I'm at my age there's certain things I won't say yes to. I don't
Yeah.
think I would do is that sequence. I don't
Again,
think I would do that sequence again. Yeah.
seems like Jake, you had to butcher a cow.
We've done that already. Let's spend for a prosthetic cow, like do it the expensive way. All right, let's not do it for
The live.
real. Yeah, because that movie at that time it was an indie
So
movie.
so how did you let that go? Like what? Yes, it changed you, but when you got
Yeah.
home, like how did you get over
My
that
gosh,
trauma?
like I said, like before, like when I was younger, like that's when I was telling you that don't take yourself too seriously,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day you just have yourself to process all these things with. So like that's a trick question, for actors. Like a lot of actors go haywire because they have a hard time letting it go. And for me, like it's still a continuous process till now, because sometimes we do a heavy sequence and like you're kind of left with a question mark on the way home. What just happened, like that?
Oh wow.
But like I have my ways now. Like I listen to a book, I listen to music. I'm happy with my support system. Like it's really good. Like when you're happy to go home to, when you're happy to whom you're going home to, I guess. And I think she plays a big part. Like she really allows me like to let it go.
Would you say Toyota is a really reliable car brand? Yes.
Super. Yeah.
We don't need to say it. It
Yeah.
really is.
I think it's a fact.
Thank you everyone for sending in your responses to my question. If you guys have any other questions, definitely we'll have a part two for sure. I've
Yeah.
had such a pleasure to interview Jake and hear his stories, and I hope you guys also enjoyed that. So, anything else you want to share?
Thank you so much, Angie. Thank you so much for like the whole experience of like building this Hilux. I'm so happy with it. So excited to like it said. I'm so proud to use it. Like I was taking it to work yesterday, and everyone's going crazy over the car. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored to be your first guest on this podcast,
So
and
cool.
can't wait to do it again.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and share this to people you love, and then hopefully we can bring you better guests also in the future. Bye.
See you guys.